A Garage Geek 3-in-1, but more like a 4-in-1. Hi, welcome to Garage Geek. Yesterday, I spent the entire day rearranging my garage. Man, it was a lot of work. I'm not even halfway done. There's just so much junk in here that I got to figure out what to do with. One of the complaints from my garage army is that I haven't been showing vinyl. There's a reason for that. My vinyl shelves are in such disarray, and I've actually got them stacked full of albums. I need to get in there and rearrange all the shelves, but in order to do that, I've got to clean the rest of my room, and so I'm getting there. So in order to placate my garage army, because they've been hounding me for more vinyl, Doug Anderson, this is for you. So I went to my local record store, Gimme Records, and I picked up some albums. Now, I spent more than I like to, but that was because I traded some albums in that I didn't want, modern albums. I'm going in the direction of I don't want modern albums. You can get those on CD. I'm really at this point in my life digging the retro albums. So I'm going to show them off in ascending order. Is that correct? So yes. So what I paid for them, lowest to most expensive. I bought this Stan Kenton Encore. Look at that beautiful Salvador Dali inspired album cover. And for that one, I paid $6. Next, I paid $7 for Stan Kenton again. That cover isn't great. It's a clip from West Side Story. Not even the original. Not even a great one at that, but you had me at West Side Story. I really wanted to hear this. Whether I'm going to keep it in my collection or not, I'm really collecting just for covers, but I still wanted to hear this. So this one I paid $7 for. This one is Laurindo Almeida, guitar from Ipanema, Capitol Records. And I paid $7 for that. Another one from Laurindo Almeida. This is at $8, Acapulco 22. Look at that groovy cover. The next one I paid $9 for. This is Ramsey Lewis, Wade in the Water. I mean, that's not the best cover ever, but I know this is going to be a really good album. So I decided to pick that one up. Now we're jumping to a heavy hitter. I paid $20 for this one, but look at that gorgeous cover. This is Johnny Cash, Blood, Sweat, and Tears. And finally, the one that I paid the most for, a whopping $25 for this album. For me, that is not normal to pay. Comfort Me by Carla Thomas. I could not pass that up. Look at that gorgeous cover. Look at her. I love it. This is gold. So all of these albums are in their original plastic with the price tags. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the price tags. I'm going to put them in new plastic, and then I'm going to very quickly show them off. And I'm back. Let me run through these albums. What do you think? Do they look better now that I've removed their old plastic? Some of them still have the shrink wrap. And I removed the price. They're sliding. This one I kept the original plastic because I liked it, and so I'm probably going to leave that alone. When I play it, I'll remove the price tag. This one had a sticky one, so that's why I didn't go ahead and remove it. The plastic looks really nice. So what do you think? Do they look better now? They got the Garage Geek overhaul. Okay, part 2 of this video is to show off some recent comics that I acquired. Not that many. I'm going to show off just a few. So I have not been going on WhatsApp very much, so that's a blessing, although I'm not getting as many comics. The prices on here are not what I paid. I paid way less. So I got Billy the Kid, a 40-cent Charleston number 133. It says, "Watch it. We've got company. Better get." Better get. 3 for the money. Next, I have a copy of Daredevil with John Romita Jr. art. I love John Romita Jr. art. Only one man can find the missing Daredevil, and only one man can stand the heat in Hell's Kitchen. The fabulous Human Torch. Ooh, he's fabulous. They gave him up. Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen, a 15 center. This one is number 125. Jimmy, what kind of pal are you? How can you laugh at this heartbreaking movie? Jimmy says, don't ask questions. Just keep bawling, Superman. Every teardrop is precious to me. Featuring Superman's saddest day. Ridiculous. Here is a 48-page, 25 center. This is 125. So that means it was a double issue, probably around the 12 or 15 cent era. This has Jimmy Olsen, extra, the Newsboy Legion in Paradise Prison. So I haven't opened this up, but I'm pretty sure that this is going to be one of the Jack Kirby issues. Read Brigadoon. I mean, you could tell by that monster, it's straight out of Kirby. Now, this cover doesn't look like it's Kirby, but I have been fooled. Different inkers really can change the way that Kirby looks. Sleepy Reader pointed that out to me. Next, I got this Batman Madness. Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. I really do like that duo. I love the art. I probably have this in a collected edition. Gotta have the singles. This one is All-Star Comics, Justice Society of America. Now, what's funny is it's a 35 center, but the number is cut off. And when I looked online, I think this is a common printing for this specific comic. Showdown with the Strike Force, the deadliest game in town. I already had a copy of this, so I don't know why I purchased it again. Maybe my other copy is not as nice, but this one is really, really good. I bought this because I love the painted cover. The writing in this period of the Avengers is actually really good, but I don't like the art as much as the previous, previous generation of artists. But that painted cover is stunning. This is a 75 cents Superman number 409, and I don't know if that's Lois or not, but Superman's mind has gone blank. I have to do his thinking and fighting for him by remote control. The next two, I think, were bonuses. He threw them in. This is a Jim Ballant era Catwoman number 44. Now, I don't really collect these, but I don't mind having them. I think Jim Ballant is a stunning artist, but the way he does her tits, it makes me laugh every time. That is just not possible with this costume. And look at this one. I'm like, no, this is just ridiculousness squared. And I actually have this one as well. I'm a sucker for Man-Thing. That's a double entendre. If there ever was one. Who or what is the harrower? But look at that. Cool covers. This is actually a number one of, I think it was only a one issue, but there's about 4 or 5 different covers, and about 3 of them are really gorgeous. I'd like to track down the other ones. So there you have it, a very small comic book haul. Number 3, before we get to the bonus, is I've been very curious about Illustration and Illustrator magazine. So I went on eBay and I got a lot of Illustration magazines for $40, and that includes 9 issues. Now, Illustrator magazine is actually more expensive, and I was actually able to look through one of those, and those magazines are really, really nice. I hope to start collecting those. I mean, full page art spreads. They're just gorgeous. But the earliest number that I have, this one, is number 17. And as I looked through this, there were basically like 3 different articles about different artists, and they would feature the artist's work. I hope to break these issues down in videos, because I find this kind of thing fascinating, and it will get me to read the articles. And then when I read the article about, for example, this one that has John R. Neal, Harvey T. Dunn, and then some smaller articles, like I don't know those artists. And so for me, this will be kind of an education. And what I'll do is while I'm reading these articles, I'll also look at the internet, research on the internet to see if they have other kinds of art and learn more about them since this was published. If that sounds like something you'd be interested, please let me know in the comments. So I'm going to be very busy today and tomorrow because I've got my live stream this Saturday and I've got to watch the movie Stalker, which is over 3 hours, and I have to read the graphic novel Monsters. Now, I don't have to finish either of them or both of them today, but I want to get that started. But I'm going to end this video with an arts and crafts. So I have these issues of classic X-Men, and I have doubles of them. And what I want to do is for the ones that have X-Men covers, because the classic X-Men repeats. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the cover. Now, too bad it's not full page. If you look at it, you can see there's a margin around the entire thing, which that's too bad. But these issues are very expensive. So this is number 116. I actually had it when I was young. On the back, there's this gorgeous John Bolton print. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in Mylar and I'm going to give it a clear backing board. And then I'm going to show you what it looks like. So stick around for that. So let's see how my little arts and crafts project turned out. So here we have the front. Of course, we have this border, which I'm not too happy about, but what do you think? And then on the back, we have the John Bolton print. And again, it's in this very solid. So do you think that it's a waste of time to do this? I don't think I'm ever going to be able to get all of these X-Men. They're just so pricey unless they're put out in facsimile. So for me, I mean, I've got collected editions of them, but as single issue art, what do you think? So let me show you an example. When I opened this classic X-Men, I already took the back cover of that one. Throughout this, there are these gorgeous splash pages, which unfortunately this issue is a little bit yellowed. And there's interesting art that isn't in the original. This one I absolutely love, but it's so faded. I have the classic X-Men reprints, and I bet it's going to look stunning in that one, the collected edition. So here would be another one, X-Men 94. With this gorgeous thing on the back. So that would be the next one I'm doing. Unfortunately, they didn't do it for every issue. This one does not have the original cover anywhere. It does have this gorgeous back. And they instead of putting the cover, they put part of the comic on there in this glossy, which is such a stark contrast to this. I think they would have been better served to actually put the original cover. So I got cheated out of that one. But again, gorgeous splash page. Beautiful end page. I always loved that. I mean, look at her. She looks good. Sauron looks awesome. Okay, in my last video, or recent last video, I talked about this as a bonus. I had this comic which had a severe spine roll. I mean, it was really bad. All of this was actually the front of the comic, and it was all rolled over, kind of like that. And so I flattened it. It's not perfect. And now I'm going to go ahead and put it in Mylar, and you could tell me what you think. So here are the results. This comic, when I first got it, was just really, really bad. The spine roll was horrible, and it's not 100% fixed. You can still see, like, there's an effect of a spine roll here, but this really does present well in this Mylar. I think I was able to save this comic. This is a good as argument as any for me to get a press. Garage Geek has wanted a press for a long time. So I've been thinking about it, and I might just go ahead and invest in a comic press. A comic press is really good for me because I do buy a lot of low-end comics with issues, and I think the press would really make a lot of my comics a lot more presentable. What do you think? All right, Garage Geek has a lot to do today. I've got to watch Stalker, I've got to read Monsters, and I've got to continue cleaning up my garage because I would love to finally do a garage tour. Let's hope. Again, I want to thank all of you for the support.